Terrell Thomas, in this edition of Just Kicking It. I'm out here right now with a good friend, a gentleman who's been helping us along in this sports career. It was dope to see you in LA, dope to see you here with the Hawks, miss having you here, but now you're embarking on a new mission. You'll be doing things in the nation's capital, the newest member of the Washington Wizards, Mr. Dwight Howard. How you feeling today?
I feel great, man. I just had a crazy workout. Celebrated my daughter's birthday yesterday, so I've been up all night. But I'm glad to be here, and this is a wonderful opportunity, and I'm glad to be talking to you.
You know what they say when Batman and Superman get together, you know, so
right.
had to come and see what you got going on. We were privy to just check out some of your workout. If anything like what you just been doing translate to the season that you're about to have another phenomenal year. One thing that I don't understand from a lot of NBA experts and critics, they were saying that last season was a down season for Dwight Howard, not realizing that you put up 17 and 12 in Charlotte. So just talk to me a little bit about last season, the growth that we've seen in your game. I've seen a lot of growth in your game also, not just from last season, but being able to see the workout. I'm quite sure that fans and your new coaches are going to be very excited to see what type of weapon you're turning into on the offensive side of the ball. Talk to me about last season and your growth on the court.
Well, I think last season was a wonderful season for myself. Even though our team per se didn't have a really good year, I felt that personally I did a lot of things that I haven't done in the past, or I've done in the past but not at the level that I did to last season. And I think as the season went on, I actually got better and better and better. And I was just really happy about that because I put in a lot of work during every offseason, you know, but last season was a little bit different because I wanted to really grow and change the way I played the game of basketball. When I came into the league, it was more so a physical, bang, bang, you know, elbow in the face, elbow in the chest kind of game, but now it's more of a finesse game to a power game. And I really had to change that in order to adapt to the new level of basketball that we have today. So it's been a lot of fun. You know, I thought that I did a lot of great things in Charlotte that people have not seen. But it was all the things that I've been working on during the off season. So I'm really looking forward to taking that to another step in Washington and having a really, really unbelievable season.
Now talk to me. It's already, you know, it's been I don't want to say it's shaky, but it's been an interesting offseason to say the least. I remember a few weeks ago we were talking, I'm like, hey man, you know, they're saying that the Nets, that they're trading you to the Nets, and, you know, then we see the buyout take place. And me personally, I had the predictions myself. I said, hey, he might end up going to the Warriors. I would love to see how he's expanding his game to see what he can do out in Golden State. Washington had a lot of interest in you. Now you're with Washington, Bradley Beal, John Wall, a gentleman who spends a lot of his time here in Atlanta, one of my good homies from Philadelphia, Markieff Morris. I think you guys are going to have a phenomenal roster. They also brought in Jeff Green.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a lot to new offensive pieces in Washington. Talk to me about your expectations in Washington. And have you and John Wall ever played pickup ball or anything together yet?
We have not played pickup ball, but I think this team is going to be amazing. I think we have a perfect style of basketball that we could play. With having an inside presence with myself, with having guards that can shoot the ball, can run the floor. Then we got 4 men who can really space the floor, which allows it easier for myself and for guys like John Wall to be in the paint and do what we do best. But then we have an unbelievable bench. You know, you start with the starters, you got great guys, but then that bench, the squad that comes off the bench is just as, you know, it's going to make our team a lot better. You know, so I'm really looking forward to playing with these guys. I'm excited. Everybody on the team is excited. And I think this will be a year where, you know, John Wall calls it separation. The year of separation. I think we're going to really separate ourselves from the pack because we are very hungry. I know last year for John losing in the first round of the playoffs, he was very hurt about that. And for my team, that I was on last year, for me not making the playoffs, it was a hard pill to swallow. So we're looking forward to this season. You know, me and him have been in constant communication. We're actually going to start working out together very soon.
Okay.
But we've been talking a lot, you know, and the biggest thing we've been talking about is how we are going to control our own destiny and how we are upset with how we've been used and abused and, you know, talked about in the past by a lot of people who don't understand how hard we work in this sport. And we're looking forward to just really showing that, you know, and proving all these people wrong because, you know, it is a tough pill to swallow, you know, especially for myself when, you know, I've been labeled as a cancer in the locker room or somebody that doesn't take the game serious. You know, that's something that, you know, I hate to hear because, one, you know, if you've ever been around me, I love people. You know, I love bringing people together, so I would never be somebody to tear apart a locker room or a family or anything. And then on the other side of it is hard work. I've been playing this game for, this will be my 15th season. And then, you know, in this sport, average career is 4 years. So for me to make it 15 years and to be consistent as I have been throughout the injuries, throughout having back problems, throughout the problems that I've had with my knees, to now where I'm 100% healthy and I have no issues, you know, it's a testament to how hard I work.
Now, on a lighter note, man, you know, you also do so much in the community. We're here right now. You were working out, but you also have a camp going on.
Right.
I know that you have camps every summer where you give back to the youth. You're playing on the court with them. You're communicating with them, letting them see, hey, you can do it too. I come from these Atlanta streets, you know, and I was raised up right. I'm in the NBA. You can do it as well. Talk to me about the camp and why it's so important to you to always consistently give back to the community.
Well, I just think that it's very important to be a role model, you know, for our next generation. A lot of times they watch a lot of things that's on TV and they wish that they could touch and feel that person that they're always watching on TV. So for me, you know, I want to have those conversations, you know, those face-to-face moments to where, you know, we can work on basketball, but also they can get life lessons that they might not ever be able to receive, you know, from somebody that they see on TV. So from day one, I've always thought that it was very important to be a role model for the next generation.
Talk to me about what you have going on with Peak. You know, I see you overseas sometimes. I know that you're on the court wearing the Peak shoes. When are we going to get a new D12 sneaker? I'm interested to see. When are we?
I actually, you know, I've had shoes every year, but they sell them in China. You know, so this will be my 4th shoe coming out. It's actually very light, very comfortable. I'm trying to get a lot of people here in Atlanta a pair of these sneakers. Because, you know, I like them a lot. But they do a big deal with my shoe in China. You know, we always travel to about 8 or 9 cities while I'm in China, and they just fill them all up with 15, 20,000 people. And, you know, we have these big, like, ceremonies to show off the shoe and show off the brand. But also just do what I do here, do basketball camps, speak to kids, teach them about fitness, but also about being what they want to be in life. So to do that in China and to be able to do that all around the world, man, it's a testament to working hard and setting a goal for yourself and actually seeing it through. You know, it's something that I've been doing my whole life, and I've never stopped doing it, is really saying, you know, I can do this. I believe in myself. I believe that no matter what somebody says about me, my character, I'm going to show them different by my actions and how hard I work. You know, so hard work, it beats everything.
What you listening to right now, man? One thing I know about you, you love music. You know, it's always win, lose, or draw. When you come out the locker room, when you come out the shower, you're listening to music, getting your spirit together. It's a great summer so far as releases are concerned. So what are you listening to as you work out and as you're just relaxing in your leisure time?
Right now, I'm on that new Future. That Future.
Beastmode 2?
That Beastmode 2 is tough. 31 days. Oh man, what's my other song? Racks of Blue. Some more, and then my favorite artist, his name is Gunner from College Park. I love his music. Everything he put out, I listen to. I'm rocking with him. That Gunner, man, I'm telling you, at the hotel, OK, every song he got, man, I love it, man. Drip or Drown is one of my favorite artists. Any artist from Atlanta, I really listen to a lot of their music. So I'm big on supporting the people from my community and making sure that they get to the top.
One thing that I've always loved about you and watching your career and watching your journey from the days of being in the slam dunk competition, how you embraced a character outside of just being an athlete or a basketball player, bringing out the Superman robe and doing different things like that. I personally believe you still have a good 10 years left in the NBA, but I want to know, you know, we see a lot of athletes moving on to acting and different things in their career. We've been hearing a lot of rumors about a possible Space Jam 2 that could possibly hit the market. Do you see yourself possibly being or having any interest in acting and entertainment when your NBA career is done? And would you be in Space Jam 2 if they came to you with a script?
Would I be in Space Jam 2? Probably, but I don't want to be a monster. I want to be one of the good guys. But I love acting. I've actually been in a lot of TV shows. I've been in a couple movies. I love being in front of the camera. I'm not shy at all, you know. So I would rather start doing that now than wait till I'm done to start.
Okay.
But I also I work with a very great guy here in Atlanta who has his own production company, and he's going to be like the next Tyler Perry. So we're doing a lot of business together, and I'm not going to put him out there right now because I want everybody to see.
He's doing some great things, though. I know the gentleman that you're speaking of.
But he's doing a lot of great things. He's an entrepreneur. Started out with a barbershop, and now he's about to be the new Tyler Perry. So very excited about that. But I love acting. I love being in front of the camera. I love inspiring, you know. So anything, and I always tell kids, anything that you want to be it. Don't let nobody steal your dream. You know, it's a lot of dream stealers out here. It's a lot of dream killers where they want to kill your dreams and what you want to be in life. And, you know, I always tell kids or anybody, no matter how old you are, it's never too late to be what you want to be. And that's how I live my life. You know, no matter how long I've been playing, no matter what they say about me, I'm not going to let somebody take away the reality of my dream.
What do you think of the new incoming class of big men in the NBA? We see the Jaren Jackson Jr.'s, the Marvin Bagleys, the DeAndre Ayton, someone who's been compared body size and his game to you. Mm-hmm. What do you think of the new class of big men and how, as we see with you expanding your game, how the big man's game is expanded in today's NBA?
See, when I first came into the league, you know, I did the ball handling, the shooting, and all that stuff, and it wasn't a time for that. You know, it was more so get in the paint, dunk the ball, block shots, rebound, do all the big man stuff, you know. But now, you know, in order to play in this league, you have to adapt. And, you know, the spacing of the floor is a lot different. Everybody's playing on the perimeter. So you really have to learn how to play that way. If not, you're going to find yourself on the bench or no longer playing. You know, so a lot of these bigs that are coming in now, they're working out with a lot of guards. You know, it's something that, you know, I like doing growing up, but like I said, the game was so much different then. But now it's slowly turning to where you got these bigs who are doing more shooting and just playing out on the perimeter. You know, me being young, there was no stretch fives, you know what I'm saying, or stretch fours. It was always a 4 and a 5 in the paint, one-on-one block, one on the other block. But the game is so much different now. And these young guys are really doing a good job of, you know, expanding our game and making it grow. So I'm very happy to see that. But I think it's always going to come back to where you need a dominant big man, you know, in the paint, protecting the rim, blocking shots, rebounding, and making it hard for teams on both ends of the floor.
There's been a lot of talk recently in the news about the WNBA and about players being compensated equally to players in the NBA. Now, you're a gentleman that I would see in the offseason when you're not working out and such. You're consistently at WNBA games, especially here in Atlanta, supporting the hometown Atlanta dream. What is the average basketball fan missing, or what do we need to do as basketball lovers, basketball players, media, and things to get the common fan to understand how great the WNBA game is?
Well, you know, personally, you know, I love women's basketball. You know, I think it's great, but I just think a lot of people, they don't understand, you know, what a woman goes through when she plays basketball and how hard it is. They just look at him as, oh, she's a woman, she should be doing womanly things, you know. So, and I hate to hear that because it's a lot of women who play this game who are tremendously gifted, you know, on both ends of the floor. But it's just how we perceive women over time, and I don't think it's fair. But I also think that the way to change that is by giving it more publicity, you know, showing more games on the channels that it needs to be shown on. A lot of people don't watch TV, and they might not watch the, you know, the ESPN2s and stuff like that. The best way is to, you know, put them on these channels that, you know, kids are into, the YouTubes, the Facebook Lives, you know, different things like that to get people to get people to watch. You know, I think nobody's really sitting down watching TV anymore unless it's a TV show, but everybody's on their phone, you know, and it's just about how you market. The NBA was the same way, you know, a long time ago, so it takes time to get to where it needs to be. But the worst thing I think, you know, for women and men to do is try to compare. You know, let's find a way to where we all become equal, because we need women, and you know, women was the first people here on earth. You know, so we have to give them the respect that they deserve. But the way that we have to do that is, one, you know, really putting them out there in a great light. You know, showing them on these different channels, putting them on, like I said, the Facebook Lives, the Instagram Lives, you know, just anything that can really give them more light and show how hard they work. You know, I think a lot of people would respect women's basketball more if they saw how intelligent, for one, but how hard these women work at their craft. You know, I don't think they see that. You know, when a lot of people look at women, they see them as somebody who's going to be like a into business, or, you know, cooking or anything like that. They've always put them in a lower position. And I don't think that that's fair. You know, I think that they should have the same opportunities as a man. But all that stuff takes time. So we have to really rewind, you know, how we think about, you know, women and how we have used women in the past, and give them more positions of power, because they can take it.
Very well said, man. Last question before I let you go and get back to your workout out here today, man. As we said, the newest member of the DC family, so it's a new chapter now with you being the newest member of the Washington Wizards. What do you think is going to be one thing that, or not even necessarily one thing, what will be some things about your game that folks are going to say, wow, I didn't see that in Dwight Howard before. I never knew he was able to do that in this upcoming 2018-2019 NBA season?
Well, I think if they saw a lot of my game last year, you know, they're going to see more of that, you know, at a bigger pace. I think last year was, to me, I had to really untrain the way that I played basketball before and start to think new. So my mind was to become something, I have to become nothing again. I had to start all the way over like it was my rookie year, and actually just play as though, you know, this is my first year playing basketball, and now this is my second season, you know, and that's how I take it. You know, so last year was really my first year playing a new style. Even though I added a lot of elements that I had in the past, I did more things last year a lot differently than I ever done in my whole career. And that's going to allow me to play as long as I want to play. I know a lot of people are saying, why is he trying to do this now, or why it takes so long? Like I always said, it's never too late to be great. It's never too late to be who you want to be, no matter how old you are. I'm 32. That's fairly young. I knew it might seem old as an NBA player, but at the rate that I'm going and the level that I'm learning this new style of basketball, it's going to take me to where I decide when I want to stop playing. But I really enjoy this sport. I have a lot of love and passion for it, and I'm going to give it everything I got, you know, to the day I leave this earth, because I really believe in myself and what I can accomplish. And I want people to feel the same way, like, man, if he can do it, we can do it. And that's always my goal.
Man, I'm looking forward to you having a great season. I know you're very active via social media. Let our audience, who may not be one of your millions of followers already, let them know where they can check you out on social media and embark on this journey with you.
Well, at Dwight Howard is my handle for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can follow me. I'm going to do more things on Instagram and stuff like that, but I'm just so into actually having intimate conversations with people and really trying to grow as a person and as a player. I'm kind of like a nerd when it comes to knowledge. You know, I love learning about myself, learning about our people, and really trying to better myself so I can help better other people. I've been this way my whole life, but now it's like now I've finally reached another level to where I would want to express the knowledge that I have for life, health, and wealth onto the next generation.
Terrell Thomas, we're live right now in the East Point area of Georgia. Make sure you stay tuned to Just Kicking It. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure you follow this brother. The best is yet to come from Dwight Howard.